Chicago, the city everyone wants to visit at least once. When tourists think of Chicago, they think of the beautiful land attractions downtown, the attractive skyline, sports, and food. But somewhere in the inner city, there's a murderous part of Chicago. Blood has been shed for many generations. For those of us born and raised here, this is nothing new. But now the whole world is seeing the violence that has long plagued the hoods of Chicago. Strangely, many out-of-towners are fascinated with it. And many out-of-towners who has at some point endured the same circumstances in the ghettos of other states within this country experience the same emotions of those here in Chicago when they see the senseless violence. Chicago gangs have been around for nearly 50 years. Many of the gang wars in Chicago has not just started. These wars has been plaguing the streets of Chicago for a very long time. And once one generation dies out, goes to prison, or a few that get old, the next generation rises to the occasion to finish the war with the hood 4 blocks down where the OGs have left off. Majority of these beefs and wars have been going on since the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Many of the youth today actually don't even know how the war they are participating in has even started. I wonder how would they feel if they found out many of these wars started over women, gym shoes, leather coats, drugs, blocks owned by the government which cause bloodshed. This is a generational curse. Deuteronomy 28 verse 45 to 46. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and pursue you and overtake you till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yah thy Elohim to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded you. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. I remember hanging on the block as OGs who most of the time were cracked out, alcoholics, dope heads, or simply far behind on the essentials a grown man should possess, would brag and reminisce on how they used to drive the best cars, keep the flyest women, best clothes, brown paper bags with cash, the murders they committed, but had nothing in the end but drugs and alcohol. These same guys were chiefs, bosses, regents of these gangs that didn't receive much respect from the youngins today. They were junkies that always stood out to me. I was a thinker as a youngster. I promised to myself I wouldn't let the streets turn me how it turned them. These old heads in these hoods used to shoot and kill the same block these shorties today are into it with. Some of these boys' fathers was killed by the hood they're beefing with today. Then they go and kill the son of the man who killed their father. This is a generational thing, a continuous cycle. No one wants to be the bigger man, so the bloodshed continues. As we see in Genesis chapter 9, verse 5 through 6, the Most High explains this. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man. But the main reason these murders continue for years and years is because of one of the many things, revenge. All they know is if you kill my brother, I'm gonna kill your brother. Remember, this is a generational thing that has gotten worse over the course of over 1,000 years, thousands of years actually. Many of the youth and men in Chicago today possess the spirit of Joab. Joab was a descendant of the tribe of Judah, a Hebrew man, nephew to King David. He was a great warrior, but a man with a very hard heart. Let's see how Joab ways fit our brothers today. 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 13 through 14. And Joab, the son of Zeruiah, and the servants of David went out and met together by the pool of Gibeon. And they sat down. the one on the one side of the pool and the other on the other side of the pool. And Abner said to Joab, "Let the young men now arise and play before us." And Joab said, "Let them arise." So when he said, "Let them play before us," he was saying, "Let them battle before us." Verse 17 through 19. And there was a very sore battle that day, and Abner was beaten, and the men of Israel before the servants of David. And there were 3 sons of Zeruiah there, Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. And Asahel was as light of a foot as a wild roe. And when it says that he was light of a foot as a wild roe, he was a fast runner. Like a lot of brothers you see today, track and field, or just the average brother is pretty fast on his feet. Verse 19. And Asahel pursued after Abner, and in going he turned not to the right hand nor to the left from following Abner. Verse 22 to 24. And Abner said again to Asahel, "Turn thee aside from following me. Wherefore should I smite you to the ground?" Smite, that means, why should I kill you to the ground or strike you? "How then should I hold up my face to Joab your brother?" So you see what he said? He said, if I kill you to the ground, how am I going to be able to face your brother Joab? Because Joab was known to be, Joab wasn't nothing to play with. That's why he said that. Verse 23. Howbeit he refused to turn aside. Wherefore Abner, with the hinder end of the spear, smote him under the 5th rib, that the spear came out behind him. And he fell down there and died in the same place. And it came to pass that as many as came to the place where Asahel fell down and died stood still. And Joab also and Abishai pursued after Abner. And the sun went down when they were come to the hill of Amnon, that lieth before Giah by the way of the wilderness of Gibeon. Verse 30 to 32. And Joab returned from following Abner. And when he had gathered all the people together, there lacked of David's servant 19 men, Asahel. But the servants of David had smitten of Benjamin and of Abner's men, so that 360 men died. See that? So David and his servants, his army, killed Abner men, which was 360 men. So that's how many men they slaughtered that day. Verse 32. And they took up Asahel and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Bethlehem. And Joab and his men went all night. And they came to Hebron at break of day. The break of day, which was when the sun was coming up. 2 Samuel chapter 3, verse 1. Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. Now this war right here, I can only imagine. You see, these were Israelites, Hebrew men, like today, because if many of you do not know, we are the Hebrews. We are descendants of the ancient Hebrews. We are descendants of these same people that I'm reading of. Okay, you can go to different videos of mine to see like further information about this. Okay, I got a video talking about the true identity of the Negroes, so you can go and click on that video. But these 2 tribes, the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Benjamin, were 2 warrior-like tribes. All the tribes were fighters. Don't get me wrong, but Judah and Benjamin, these were 2 strong tribes that had a lot of great warriors. Okay, so I can only imagine how this war was between these 2 tribes that lasted. But let's see what happens. Verse 20 to 21. So Abner came to David to Hebron, and 20 men with him. And David made Abner and the men that were with him a feast. See, so they came together. They was like, look, let's do a peace treaty, the same way that our people do today, you know. And they let you know that these men were men, because you had casualties on both sides. You know, you had people that died. Okay, great men that died, but these 2 men were able to be men, were able to sit down like men and say, you know what, let's hash this out. Too many people falling, you know, let's stop this. Verse 21. And Abner said unto David, I will arise and go, and will gather all Israel to my lord the king, that they may make a league with thee, and that thou may reign over all that thine heart desired. And David sent Abner away, and he went in peace. 24 to 27. Then Joab came to the king and said, What have you done? Behold, Abner came unto you. Why is it that you have sent him away, and he is gone? Verse 25. Thou knowest Abner, the son of Ner, that he came to deceive you, and to know thy going out and your coming in, and to know all that you do. Okay, so look at Joab. Joab like, look, ain't no peace treaty. This man coming to deceive you. He want to know the moves you making. Okay, you are, no matter it been a lot of peace treaties between these blocks in Chicago at war with each other. You'd be surprised how many peace treaties it was. But it's always that one person or more than one person that's gonna either go down there to that block they made a peace treaty with and just kill somebody because they still got that heart, like that hard heart, like nah, he killed such and such, and they'll still go down there and kill somebody. Or when they talking about doing peace, you have them brothers that say, nah, we ain't trying to do no peace. So sometimes you'll have a civil war. So you may have people that's warring with each other on that same block in the same hood. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all like to call O Block or something like that, or you got FBG and all these different neighborhoods, right? But sometimes, and I'm not just speaking about them neighborhoods, but just giving an example, you will have people that start warring that's from the same hood because they don't agree with certain things that others want to do. I done seen this happening in my neighborhood. The same way what we about to read, verse 26. And when Joab was come out from David, he sent messages after Abner, which brought him again from the well of Sirah. But David knew it not. And look at this. So Joab like, look, I'm not letting this dude get away. He killed my brother. Even though David made peace, he wasn't having it. Verse 27. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside. So he took him on the side of the gate. So he took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly and smote him. What does smote mean? That means he stabbed him or he struck him. You know what I'm saying? Or pretty much, he struck him with something. So he smote him there under the 5th rib that he died for the blood of Asahel, his brother. So Joab, no matter, he didn't care about the peace that David made. He took him to the side of the gate, spoke with him quietly, like he wasn't on anything, and he stabbed him up under his 5th rib, like where the kidneys are. You see what I'm saying? And he did it for the blood of his brother. The same thing that people doing today. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's like a continuous generational cycle, because not only do we disobey Yah, but when somebody died, like I did the video on 051 Melly, by him dying, somebody that really loved him, that probably wasn't even in the streets playing basketball or wasn't even into the street life, but they may have been real close with him. Now they ready to go do something. That's why you'll see a lot of people that didn't even have a past of being in the streets, and then next thing you know, they out here shooting people and stuff, because a lot of times of situations like this, their brother may have got killed or something like that. Now they hopped off the porch and now they in the streets. Verse 30. So Joab and Abishai, his brother, slew Abner, because he had slain their brother Asahel at Gibeon in the battle. So right here, we just see again that Joab and his brother Abishai killed Abner, okay, which was King Saul's cousin. You see what I'm saying? And they killed him because of their brother, because he killed their brother. They didn't care about no peace or nothing. They wanted revenge. And Joab was known. You see, remember, Abner was like, look, if I kill you, I'm going to have to face your brother, because Joab was like, he was known. He didn't play. He was a fierce man, a fierce warrior. Like, he had a name in Israel. But Abishai, which a lot of people don't know, Abishai was more of a warrior than Joab. Abishai is Joab's other brother. He was more of a warrior. He was a better warrior than Joab. But Joab, out of all his brothers, he had a very hard heart. Abishai had a hard heart too, but Joab had a very hard heart. You know, he just was hard. Verse 38 to 39. And the king said unto his servants, know you not that there is a prince and a great man fallen this day in Israel? Because Abner was a prince. So he telling his servants, a great man had just fell today. But look what David said about his nephews. Because remember, Joab, Abishai, and their brother who got killed, Asahel, was David's nephews. So verse 39, he said, and I am this day weak, though anointed king. And these men, the sons of Zuriah, who was Zuriah? That's David's sister. He said, and these men, the sons of Zuriah, be too hard for me. Now David, this was a man that killed thousands upon thousands of men. David was an insane warrior. When you read about David, when you read about him in Samuel, David was a soldier. But even he said, man, he said, these men too hard for me. Because it's one thing to be a strong man and be willing to fight and go to war when you have to be willing to, if you have a pistol, you know, because I believe in keeping a sword today, which can actually be a natural sword, you know, a machete or something in your house, or I believe in keeping a pistol too. But the problem is these people are hard, just like Joab. They are out here killing people for nothing, killing people for blocks that's not theirs, killing people for colors. And you still got people killing people for colors in California, which is crazy. Killing people for different gangs. Killing people for murders that happened years ago. And the only reason one of your friends got murdered because your friend killed someone. You're not looking at it that way though. These people have a hard heart. It's not like, okay, I'm a soldier. If I gotta protect myself, I will. If I gotta protect my family, I will. But I'm a very loving person. And I'm a giving person. Nah, these people are just hard people. And it's not the way it's supposed to be. They had a spirit of Joab. Look what he said. He said, Yah shall reward the doer of evil according to his wickedness. And that's true. Okay? So understand, when you out here doing these things, you're going to get rewarded for what you're doing. And it's not going to be a good reward. You best believe that. So Joab went and killed Abner even after him and King David made a peace treaty to revenge his brother. You know how many times peace treaties were made in Chicago amongst the blocks we want today? Many, a lot. But someone would always break that peace treaty, like I said earlier, by killing someone from the other block. Joab killed his own cousin also. You know how many cousins war today in Chicago? You know how many of these people are actually cousins that's shooting at each other? Some of them even killed each other or shot each other. 2 Samuel chapter 18 verse 5. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, deal gently for the sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. Because what happened was Absalom was David's son. And David's son said, hey, I'm about to rise up and take over my father's position. So he tried to war with his own father to become king. But David, he said, no. When he sent Joab, Abishai, remember Joab and Abishai, David's nephews, and Ittai, another warrior, he said, look, you can go and get Absalom or go and war with the people that he with, but deal gently with him. Do not kill my son. Okay? Verse 9 to 15. And Absalom met the servants of David. And Absalom rode upon a mule. The mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak. And he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. So what happened was Absalom was riding on a horse or a mule, and Absalom had dreadlocks, okay, because our ancestors wore dreadlocks also. You can go and read on it at your own leisure. And his dreadlocks got caught in a tree. When they say he got taken up between heaven and earth, it's not talking about the heavens, but the people in the Bible days, they refer to the sky as heaven also, because it's pretty much a layer of heaven, because heaven has different layers. You see what I'm saying? So the sky is like the bottom part of heaven, if I explained it in a simple form. Let's go to verse 10. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, Behold, I saw Absalom hanged in the oak. So this man told Joab, look, I saw Absalom hanged in the oak. Y'all remember who Joab is, right? And Joab said unto the man that told him, And behold, you saw him, and why did you not kill him there to the ground? So Joab said, You saw him, why you didn't kill him? And I would have given you 310 shekels of silver in a girdle. And the man said unto Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, look, I would like to have that 1,000 shekels. Yet would I not put forth my hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged you, Abishai and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absalom. Otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against my own life. For there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself wouldest have set thyself against me. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with you. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom, while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. See that? And killed him. So Joab was a hard man. He killed his own cousin, David's son. But why did he do this? Now this may be up for a lot of people, different people's opinions or what they believe why he killed his own cousin. But the reason I believe he killed his own cousin was because Absalom raised up a rebellion against his father, but David ended up forgiving Absalom. But what happened, Joab was siding with one of Absalom's friends. So Joab was also about to rebel against David. Because power, you want different positions and money and, greed, stuff like that. So I believe he killed Absalom because, Absalom knew stuff about Joab that Joab didn't want to be released. So he killed him. Joab went on to kill many people wrongfully and unjustly, but many of the murders was to get revenge. The youth today are warned over revenge and the death of friends, okay? And David, if y'all keep reading, if y'all go back and read on your own, David told his son, King Solomon, before he died, like, look, kill Joab. Make sure he get killed or deal with him the right way. Because Joab, he was a problem. He was killing too many people. He didn't listen to David. He went and did his own thing, all because of the hard heart he had. And he wanted revenge or power or just different things, but different motives, okay? But Yah's the ultimate judge of us all, okay? So you can go out and do these things, but you have to realize you got to answer to this. You have to answer to it, okay? And you don't want to answer to it when you die and go to the lake of fire. That's something that I don't want y'all to experience, okay? And I definitely don't want to experience that. But sad to say, the scriptures does say that only a remnant of Israel will truly wake up and get the truth and truly wake up and stay on the path, okay? So it's sad. A lot of people just not going to get it. But if you have the ears right now to hear, listen and take heed. Many of the youth today kill just to make a name for themselves, which they call clout, the same way their wicked ancestors did. Okay, this is nothing new under the sun. These dudes that we about to read about, and other people also, they killed just to make a name. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 1 through 2. And when Saul's son heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, his hands were feeble, and all the Israelites were troubled. And Saul's son had 2 men that were captains of bands. The name of the one was Banah, and the name of the other Rechab, the sons of Rimmon, a Beerothite, of the children of Benjamin. For Beeroth also was reckoned to Benjamin. So around this time, Saul had died, and David was next up to be king. Okay, the king before him was Saul, King Saul, from the tribe of Benjamin. But
Saul's family didn't agree with David being king. So they was like, look, that's how that whole war started between Abner, who got killed, and David. You know, and all the stuff that happened with Joab and stuff. That's how that happened, because Saul's family was like, look, we don't want David to be king. We gonna stay. We want Saul's son to be king. Okay? So this is what happened. We're gonna continue to keep reading. Verse 5 to 12. And the sons of Rimmon, the Beerothite, Joab and Benaiah went and came about the heat of the day to the house of Ishbosheth, who lay on a bed at noon. And they came thither into the midst of the house, as though they would have fetched wheat. And they smote him under the 5th rib. You see a lot of them, these were men that were real warriors. Like, these people were warring with swords and armor, fist fights, okay? No guns, you know, like guns. A lot of cowards can hide behind guns today. Period. A lot of cowards can hide behind guns because it takes a certain amount of confidence to be able to put up your fists and fight, and be able to be willing to take an ass whooping too. You know, because you may get beat bad, but you got to be willing to take it, right? And it only makes you tougher, actually, in the end. But, you know, a lot of these guys, man, a lot of these older guys and these young guys today, that everybody's scared of them because they like killers, they kill people, they shot pistols. They be cowards, man. Seriously. And some of these guys, man, they can't fight for nothing. Like, you know, I know of a few people, they kill people and stuff like that, but, you know, from back in the past, but they get beat up. They not about to walk up to nobody and fight one-on-one with fists, because it takes a certain amount of confidence and testosterone and belief to be able to do that. You gotta have a different spirit. But guess what? Both of y'all could walk away alive, you know. But these men were fighting with swords, close combat. This is a whole nother ball game from just shooting a pistol a block away or out of a car. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not promoting killing, but just to show you the spirit and the warriorship these men had in these days. But these men we're about to read about wasn't right. Let's continue. And Joab and Benaiah, his brother, escaped. For when they came into the house, he lay on his bed in his bedchamber, and they killed him and slew him and beheaded him. So they cut his head off and took his head and got them away through the plain all night. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth, which was Saul's son, because Saul and Saul's family and David's family was into it in these days. So they figured, hey, I'm going to kill Saul's son, bring the head to David, because they was into it at the time, and, you know, we'll be good. You know what I'm saying? David going to reward us for this. So he said they brought the head unto David to Hebron, the middle of verse 8, and said to the king, behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, thine enemy, which sought thy life. And Yah have avenged my lord the king this day of Saul and of the seed. Look what David said. And David answered Joab and Benaiah his brother, the sons of Rimmon, the Beerothite, and said unto them, as Yah lived, who have redeemed my soul out of all adversity, troubles. When one told me, saying, behold, Saul is dead, thinking to have brought good tidings, good information to me, I told him and slew him in Ziklag, who thought that I would have given him a reward for his doings. How much more when wicked men have killed a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? Shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand and take you away from the earth? And David commanded his young men, and they slew them and cut off their hands and their feet and hanged them up over the pool in Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulchre of Abner in Hebron. So look, David said, look, y'all thinking y'all doing something good by killing this innocent, righteous man and bringing his head to me? No, kill them too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the older gang members today will tell you, you want to go back in them days, the GDs, the Gangster Disciples, the BDs and all that, you want to go kill a person for no reason or kill an innocent person? Okay. When you get back, the Chiefs, they gonna beat you bad. If you kill a kid on accident, you getting beat to death. You gonna get put in the house, you gonna die, or they gonna kill you, period. And that was in the streets, okay? They didn't play. So you see, these men were trying to get clout by killing someone who was once David's enemy. But David, being a man of honor, killed them for their wicked act. How many of us have true honor and integrity like that today? How many? We must follow Yah's commands to escape our present condition when the end comes, okay? We have to follow Yah's commands. That's the main thing. We disobey the Most High, and that's why black people today are the lowest of the low. Even their will, even though there would be a chosen few that take heed, those who are listening, please take heed. If someone kills your friend or family, I know it's hard, but keep yourself from sin and let Yah and Yeshua be the ultimate judge. Okay? The only pass we get for killing someone is self-defense. If someone tries to harm you or your family and you react at that moment. But many of you experience these close deaths because you and your family is not protected by Yah. Because y'all all disobey Yah's commands. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Psalm 119, verse 165. John 14, verse 15 through 16. If you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Okay? And a lot of y'all, y'all disobeying Yah. Y'all not keeping the commandments. And the comforter is not with you. So this is why you're going through the things that you're going through. Because you don't have that spirit to comfort you. Okay? The world is only going to get worse until the end comes. But this is for the individuals who hear and want to change. Seek Yah and His Son Yeshua before it's too late, so you may inherit peace and riches upon His return. I hope you all got something from this, and I hope you all see the truth for what it really is, because this is the truth and the light, God's words. Peace.